All right, back home. High crime drop in the USA. This is analysis from a guy named Jeff Asher, whose group is AH Datalytics. Okay? They're crime experts. Here is what Mr. Asher found out in 2025. Homicides in America decreased by 20%. Shootings decreased by 17%. Motor vehicle theft down 23%. Robbery down 18%. Rapes down 9% across the country. Now, some of the drops started in 2023 when Biden was president, just to be fair, but the trend is continuing. Why? I'm not sure why, but I know there are two caveats that Jeff did not consider. Number one, in many states, including New York, where I am right now, they have raised the age to prosecute people to 19. So if you're 18 and you commit a crime, it doesn't go on the crime sheet. It goes to family court. And secondly, the very, very progressive DAs don't prosecute crimes. So they're not on the sheet. They just don't, particularly theft and things like that. We had a big scandal in Washington, D.C., where the authorities there were cooking the books, not reporting crimes or arrests or victims. So I'm not sure whether this crime drop is true or not. So I asked myself, find a best guy. And we did, as usual. Jeffrey Halstead joins us from Las Vegas. He is associated with the Genesis operation. It's an emergency management company. Mr. Halstead used to be the police chief of Fort Worth, Texas, big job. And then he went federal. Okay, he also worked with a variety of state law enforcement agencies. So why do you think this is a big drop in particularly violent crime in the USA?
Well, thank you, Bill. It's a great opportunity to speak with you. So one of the true reasons you can see this is because we in the law enforcement culture have innovated, we have deployed technology, and we are working better together than ever before in the history of American policing. With that said, real-time crime centers, fusion centers, the ability to work city, county, state, and federal all collectively to find bad people, it's happening faster than ever. But you are right. Some of these policy changes can make these numbers shift a little bit in different directions. But I can say on behalf of the American law enforcement mission, it is strong after coming back from a defund movement and really almost villainizing all these officers. They're out there working day in and day out to keep Americans safe.
Is it high tech that's aiding the officers on the street? Is it making it easier to prevent crimes? Because, for example, here on Long Island, where I am, they have what they call shot. The police in Central Place can hear any gunfire that takes place, and you get the units there very quickly. And then the bad guys know that they're being surveilled much tighter than they used to be. Is that part of it?
Absolutely, that's part of it. Good analogy, and I'll expand on that a little bit. Now we have drones as first responders, where our goal in law enforcement will get to emergency calls in less than 5 minutes. Drones are there in 30 seconds. And then with license plate reader technology deployed all over major, city and metropolitan regions, they're scanning thousands of license plates per second. So once we get a hit and it's announced to everybody there, and we have drones as a first responder with these other ShotSpotter technologies, it's bad days for serial criminals because they even talk on some of their criminal podcasts how much they hate drones and advancing technology because they can't get away fast enough.
Okay. So the high tech, and I'm sure the artificial intelligence to come, is a big tool to stop crime, to inhibit bad people from doing things because the odds of them getting caught are higher. But in some municipalities like New York and San Francisco, LA, Chicago, the prosecutions have dropped. So you can steal in California less than $1,000 and you're not charged with a felony, or you're not charged at all. How has that hurt law enforcement?
Well, it's challenged us because now we are building some public-private partnership with a lot of retail associations, a lot of task forces, and even building stronger relationship with these elected officials, county attorney and district attorneys, it does strengthen our capacity to get cases prosecuted. But what we do now is we go after serial offenders where a volume of offenses are lumped together. And with strong relationships in the prosecutorial environment, these cases are being seen now. And these much more serial offenders, they're being taken off the streets within the hour. So, I applaud the men and women, both in the retail association, private security, working with us and then leveraging that strengthened relationships back to our elected officials. The system is better today than it was 5 years ago, and the technology is giving it faster going forward.
All right, final question though. You were in Fort Worth as a police chief, okay? Now, Fort Worth has always been a conservative place. Tarrant County, right?
Yes, sir.
And then I was working in Dallas for the ABC affiliate there. Dallas is a liberal city. And the difference in crime fighting was, pretty stark, and just 20 miles away between your crew in Fort Worth and the Dallas crew. How much of that do you feel is going on around the country? That it depends where you are, how far you are protected.
On the onset, if you just look at the surface, what you said is exactly true. 28 miles apart, Dallas and Fort Worth are starkly different. However, the brotherhood and sisterhood of the law enforcement mission is stronger than ever. We really never ever bring in politics in any of our decision-making, task force operations, or the people that we need to go get. And we are trying to strengthen those partnerships with technology so we can work collectively together and faster.
I never had a doubt. I have a little bit of doubt about the Minneapolis police chief after hearing him today say that the woman who was shot in Minneapolis was fleeing the scene. I don't believe the evidence is going to back him up, and that's going to be a problem. And you know as well as I do, because you're a guy that your operation, Genesis, operates everywhere in the United States. There is a big difference among how law enforcement is seen. Mr. Alvstad, thanks very much. We really appreciate your expertise, and I hope we can talk again soon. Thank you.